Historically, public laundry facilities provided women with a place to gather, share knowledge, and gossip. They were social spaces as much as workspaces. They were collective, they were public, and they were spaces for and given meaning by women. The practice of performing domestic labour collectively in public was unravelled in the 20th century by the emerging societal desire for an ideal home and family. Everyday private activities were forced into private spaces, which themselves became fragmented as the home was divided up into small, isolated, and gender-specific rooms. Laundrettes stand in opposition to this. They have become a place for a chance encounter or to be alone together, a phenomenon which has arguably been lost in the evolution of the housing type. Laundrettes go beyond a place to simply clean clothes, acting as a lending library or a community notice board. They are much more than the sum of their parts. The project within the Carpenters Estate, Stratford, seeks to readdress this fragmentation of domestic space and the privatisation of domestic labour by reimagining historic communal practices of labour in the public realm. The proposal is conceived as a series of interventions: step seating, a meeting plinth within the central square, a reconfigured car park creating a new square, a repaved walkway, the relocation of the basketball court, and a new community centre. As you move through the site, small reconfigurations and manipulations of plinth and ground provide places of meeting and play to create a more visible and coherent public space. The objects attempt to activate underused or dilapidated areas of the site through minimal intervention and disruption to the estate. The interventions culminate in the new community centre, its orientation both following and breaking with the rigid grid of the site. The building is formed by three distinct but interlocking objects: a community hall and kitchen, a laundrette, and a nursery and study spaces. The buildings form three sides to an open but protected square. The fourth side is formed by Denison Point. Steps extrude off the existing plinth to create a space to sit in the square and create a physical connection between the community centre and the previously underused tower. The three proposed buildings each incorporate solid frame and curtain, executed in different ways. The layering of solid and transparent elements of the facade allows the domestic activities to be both revealed and made visible, but also obscured to maintain intimacy and domesticity. The chimney has evolved to become an integral and functional component of the community building. It represents both the hearth of the building and the heart of the site, as well as acting as a solar chimney to passively dry the clothes on the roof of the laundrette through the stack effect, enabling the building to become a drying machine. Through the use of concrete blockwork and lightweight steel frame envelopes, the building could have the potential to have an industrial hard and stark tectonic. However, the careful and subtle manipulation of these materials, like the use of coloured frames and lintels, revealed at certain junctions, apertures, or places in the building, allows for a playful, intriguing, and surprising architectural language. Due to the overlapping and visibility of functions, the physical connections into other spaces, and the estate beyond, the building stands as an alternative to the architectural norm of invisible and isolated unpaid labour spaces, establishing a visible and collective building that would relieve the burden on women, children, single parents and the elderly, restoring the chance encounter and rejuvenating and celebrating the mundane monotony of reproductive labour.